This week on the Bachelorette finale. 'Twas the Bachelorette finale, and all through Bachelor Mansion, not a creature was stirring, especially not Chris Harrison. Rings by Neil Lane were selected with care, in hopes that Michelle would choose theirs to wear. Little Brandon curled up in his night one entrance bed, with visions of Michelle dancing in his head. And Nate, with his trunks first orange now black, took turns from the parents, each giving him flack. When out from the beach there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my couch to see what's the matter. Michelle had decided whose ring she would take. I sat and I prayed, just please don't be Blake. Not Joe, and not Rodney, not Rick or Pardeep, not Martin or Jamie, I'm done with that creep. To the finale we go, my heart's on the line. I sat on my couch and chugged all my wine. From the limo one came in his fancy slick suit. Not knowing first out means you're getting the boot. Second was him, he proposed with delight. Happy holidays to all, and to Michelle, a good night. If you know what I mean. Eh? Eh?
You know what that means? Huh?
Welcome to a very special holiday edition of the Bachelorette Finale Recap, where a live studio audience is set to see Michelle make her final pick, but instead has to watch Polly the stage manager make weird Christmas references. And speaking of Christmas references, this recap is gonna be chock full of them. And I want to apologize ahead of time. I tried to throw in some Hanukkah references as well, but honestly, every time I opened up Netflix and tried to find Hanukkah movies, it's like...
Hanukkah is a celebration of a miracle.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Okay, yeah, that's right, yes, but on Hanukkah, we sing, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Okay.
Oh, and since it's the holiday season, and since one of my favorite parts of having this channel has been setting up charity fundraisers, I've decided to make it a tradition that at the end of every Bachelor or Bachelorette, we'll be giving back. Because throwing shade and watching The Bachelor can be taxing at times, so think of it this way.
Every time we did something mean, put $1 in a box.
Wow. I'm the luckiest man on earth.
If you're feeling the holiday spirit and want to donate, click the box over on the side of the video and make a donation to Project Linus. Named after the beloved Peanuts character, Project Linus aims to provide love, a sense of security, warmth, and comfort to children who are seriously ill, traumatized, or otherwise in need through gifts of new handmade blankets and Afghans. 100% of the money goes towards the charity. YouTube takes no cut. I myself will be donating $500, and I'm hoping, with your help, we can double that. So let's be Linus this Christmas and spread the warmth.
That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
But alright, we have a finale to recap, and this time, the show was done live in studio. And I mean actually live, not pre-recorded fake live like they do with the Men Tell All. And Caitlin is going to be doing her hosting duties solo because...
Tayshia was recently exposed to COVID, so I know. Unfortunately, she can't be with us tonight.
So first and foremost, wishing Tayshia well, and I hope she doesn't get sick. But this immediately got Bachelor Twitter wondering why the audience wasn't wearing masks, until partway through the episode, Caitlin was forced to address it.
Now, we have seen a lot of chatter online, so just so we're clear, everyone around me has tested negative, but just to exercise additional caution, our audience will remain masked throughout the rest of the show.
From here, Caitlin sends us into the episode, where, first up, Michelle's family has arrived to meet each of the final two, starting with Brandon.
I really liked him.
Yeah.
I really liked him.
He seemed genuine when he was at our house.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, he reminded me of me.
Okay, but in all fairness, he was wearing your swim trunks when you showed up. So Brandon arrives with basically everything from the gift shop and starts off the meeting on a great note by getting the whole family laughing when he gifts Ephraim with a brand new pair of swim trunks to replace the ones that Brandon wore in the hot tub. Which is really funny until you wonder, why did they need replacing? Oh no, oh god! And this whole meeting with Brandon has Ephraim just beaming. I mean, look at this.
If she picked you, we would gladly adopt you into our family. You would, no questions asked. Welcome. so, okay.
Love it.
Then things only get stronger with Levon when Brandon says he'd move to Minnesota.
I would definitely move to Minnesota and start a life there. You know, I can, yeah,
Okay,
so,
nice.
yeah.
We're flexible.
Yeah, flexible.
Check. Another check.
Yep, exactly.
Watch out, Michelle, if you don't pick Brandon, I think your mom might. And this sit down with Michelle's folks just goes super smoothly, with Brandon really winning everyone over.
It was really, really nice to see you again. I really feel like you're part of the family already. Yeah. So I really, really do.
So, pressure's on Nate, but while Brandon was calm, cool, and collected during his meeting with Michelle's family, Nate is letting his nerves get the best of him.
You know, just all of this, you know, just a lot of new feelings that haven't been felt before.
Add to that Nate saying he's never been in love before and telling Ephraim he doesn't know who's going to move where after the show, and there's certainly a different vibe in the air with this meeting. Like here with Michelle's sister Angela, don't know if it's the best choice of words to say this when she asks you if you'd move to Minnesota for Michelle's work.
What about staying still and being content?
I guess I haven't given that too much thought.
And the cherry on top of all of this nervous disaster was this.
I definitely don't take love seriously. I definitely don't take love for
Don't
granted.
take it seriously.
No, I definitely don't.
That's not good.
That's not what I meant to say.
I did have an awful premonition I was going to up on my first day. Oh, piss it.
And all of this amounts to concerns coming from Michelle's folks about whether or not Nate is ready. He may think he is, but is he really? And I don't know, I'm of the opinion that most of these blips came from just extreme nerves. Now, ultimately, after all is said and done, once Michelle's family have expressed their concerns about Nate, they tell Michelle that no matter what, they love her and trust her.
We love you, you know, and we will support you no matter who you pick.
Which means we're now moving on to the final one-on-one dates of the season. Again, starting with Brandon, where the two jet ski and make out on the beach after talking about how much Michelle's family loved him and how he's 1000% all in on proposing. Then, at the night portion of their date, Brandon and Michelle enjoy an intimate night in where Brandon really gets in the Christmas spirit and gives Michelle yet another gift. Anyone have a clue on what Brandon's love language is? Well, inside is the shirt that Brandon was wearing when they had their fantasy suite food fight, cause now it's ruined and he's not gonna wear it anymore. I guess it's also sentimental or something. As for Michelle, she decides to tell Brandon how she really feels, in the most brutal way possible.
I really am not falling in love. I feel like I'm already in love with you.
After she picks Brandon up from having a heart attack, the two kiss for the last time before they see each other at the final rose ceremony. Which means it's now time for Nate's final one-on-one, where Nate and Michelle meet with a shaman who's here to help send them on their journey towards marriage and hopefully sap all of the nerves out of Nate and...
Put a little bit more, my bad. I gotta think about this. My bad, man.
Big bliss.
Alright, speaking from the heart,
Okay, never mind. Man, Nate can't catch a break. He's got Michelle's mom and dad, and even the shaman telling him that he's got emotional blockage. So, after their time with the shaman, Michelle and Nate sit down where Michelle brings up how defensive her folks were with Nate. But here, Nate finally finds his words.
here I am at the end. Madly in love with you, wanting to spend the rest of my life with you. And it is terrifying because this really could be it for me.
Nate says he's scared. Not just because being vulnerable is scary, but because he knows he's in love with Michelle and all of that could be ripped away in just a matter of days. All the while, Michelle is looking at him like, dang, what was in that shaman smoke? 'Cause it worked. So things are headed in a much easier direction as Nate and Michelle have their final bit of alone time that night. And the last thing that Michelle needs to hear about is Nate's stance on the engagement.
As crazy as it is for me to get down on one knee, I am more than ready to do that with you. Because I just really want this to be like forever.
And so, after Nate expresses his fear of losing Michelle the next day, and the two quietly say I love yous, the night ends, and we begin the final day of the season, but not before one last little note gets slipped into Michelle's room by Brandon.
Follow your heart, Michelle, and never look back, because I followed mine. and it led me to you.
Hoo boy, this ending is going to be hard to watch. But what do you say, everyone? Let's head into this finale and...
Let's do it. Let's go get the shit kicked out of us by love.
Yes.
So the end is nigh. Brandon and Nate both meet up with Neil Lane to pick out rings, and we're getting the first finale in what feels like forever, where both of the final two are showing up to the last rose ceremony. And if you're a veteran of the show, you'll know that almost always the first one out of the limo is the one getting dumped. So, who's it gonna be? The moment before disaster strikes, we're in it now. Brandon heads down to the beach, ready to get engaged, but that's not in the cards today. And let me tell you, you're not going to believe the heartbreaking words exchanged between these two in this final rose ceremony breakup. Yep, welcome to the experience of watching the show as it aired, cause nobody could hear a thing over the ocean. Like, listen to this.
It's not that I don't love you, because I do. It's just that my heart is pushing in a different direction.
But really, you didn't need sound to see how absolutely devastated Brandon was. The two try to be strong as they break up, but once he steps away from Michelle, Brandon breaks down. Like, this is some painful crying, and just wait and see what he does with that Neil Lane ring.
Sweet free ring.
Alright, are we sure that's actually the ring he threw? Cause that seems insane. Well, Brandon heads home heartbroken, and Michelle has made her decision. It's Nate. And I want to say I honestly don't get the immense pile-on that I've seen for Nate. It feels like some of Bachelor Nation was watching this final rose ceremony as if this happened.
My heart belongs to someone else.
Why can't we appreciate Brandon and his love story while also appreciating Nate's? I mean, I'm sad for Brandon, he feels genuinely hurt and like a nice guy, but I'm also happy for Nate and Michelle. Why can't we live in that space? So Nate heads down to the beach and meets with Michelle. And through the crashing waves, the two express their love for each other and how far they've come in their journey.
At the end, I wanted to be standing in front of my soulmate, and he is definitely standing right in front of me.
But no matter how loud the ocean gets, you don't need sound to know what's happening right here.
Michelle and Young, will you marry me?
Yes, of course.
Michelle and Nate get engaged, Nate gets both the first and last rose of the season, and the two celebrate with a mariachi band and Tayshia and Kaitlyn. Michelle has found her soulmate.
This is my soul, Nate.
Now at this point, the show shifts into the after the final rose, where right away, Brandon is brought out to discuss his breakup with Michelle, how he was so sure about getting engaged that day, and he's been grateful for the support system following the end of the show. Kaitlyn then tells Brandon she took his photo the night after Michelle broke up with him, which is both kinda cool and kinda creepy, I don't know. And Brandon says of course he still has love for Michelle, just not in the same way anymore.
Unfortunately, I don't think that it would be respectful to love her in that manner anymore. You know, I want her and Nate to truly be happy.
Michelle then comes out to speak with Brandon, and oh no, they're accidentally matching. Here, Brandon asks Michelle what went wrong. What was the disconnect that ended their relationship? And Michelle says, first and foremost, everything she said to him was real and something she genuinely meant.
My decision to share that I was in love with you, I wasn't sharing that because I already had made a decision.
And if she had known her decision earlier, she would have told him. Her person is just Nate. Brandon then, of course, expresses how much he misses Michelle's parents, so much so he forgets this is live TV and accidentally drops an F-bomb.
I do miss your parents. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, okay.
And after that, it was really hard to focus on what they were saying, because they had Thomas and Becca positioned right behind Michelle, and they kept canoodling, so that's all I could pay attention to. At the end, Brandon wishes the best for Nate and Michelle, and then it's time for Nate to come out and be with Michelle for the first time publicly since they got engaged. And truly, it's adorable to see. I mean, look at the way they're looking at each other. I swear, after watching this, my heart grew 3 sizes that day. So, what has happened with these two since filming ended? Well, Michelle says that since the cameras disappeared, things have gotten even better. Nate's been so much more comfortable and open with his emotions.
He's so vulnerable and gives so many words of affirmation that, like, I feel like I need to check myself and be like, okay, what can I do for him that's romantic? I mean, he really is. He's been truly amazing.
To hear that.
And as for Nate's relationship with Lavon and Ephraim,
What do you think of Nate now?
Oh, we are in love with Nate. We are absolutely in love with Nate.
not to mention the mom-in-laws to be are like total BFFs. This is all too cute. Alright, but remember that moving to Minnesota stuff from before? What's the status on that?
Michelle, you live in Minnesota, Minneapolis. Nate, you're in Austin, Texas.
Yep.
What's next for the two of you?
I'm moving to Minnesota.
Okay, well that was a quick response. In fact, the two say they're already house hunting, and so, production has a special gift for them.
And that is I'm gonna cry. That's a down payment on your first home together.
Oh, so that's where they put the budget for Katie's season. $200,000 for a down payment on their house?
Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
Now that's the real stuff these couples need. Production is going all out trying to make sure another couple doesn't break up. Now last up for the night, Caitlin brings out our next Bachelor Clayton with a savage introduction.
Joining us now is a man who really does need an introduction because honestly, no one knows who he is.
Following that, they have a game of mean tweets, where Clayton reads all the savage tweets about him from Bachelor Nation, which were real tweets, by the way. And look, I've got nothing against Clayton. He's not the one who made the decision to be the next Bachelor. That's on ABC, the same people who brought him out to read these mean tweets. So yeah, I think a lot of the upsetness towards Clayton as the next Bachelor is not directed at him. At least I'll say for me, that's the case. But Clayton's a good sport about it all, and we get a bonus preview for his season, which I've already done a video on. And after 3 hours, the finale and Michelle's season comes to an end. Happy holidays, Bachelor Nation! Thank you all for watching this season with me. A review will be coming out in the next week or so, and then it's on to The Bachelor in January. For now, I'll be taking a few days off for Christmas, so...
God bless us, everyone.
And that's it for this finale recap for Michelle's season of The Bachelorette. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Stay warm, stay safe, stay happy, and until next time, Bachelor Fan Take, out.